Hi, welcome to Cross Little Things. This morning I'm going to be doing another scrapbooking page. I'm having a little bit of problem with my camera. It keeps going out. If I take my hands out of shot, it goes out of focus. Oh, seems to be alright now. Right, so I'm doing a scrapbooking page, and this time I'm starting with a very vanilla base of 12 by 12. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to do some stamping onto the actual page, use less designer series paper and do some stamping using Love What You Do. And also I'm going to use a retired product, Petite Petals, with the punch, and make some little flowers to go around, some actual 3D flowers to go, look, it's doing it again, sorry, to go onto the page as well. This page is going to be in shades of Tranquil Tide, Old Olive. I'll have to have a look at my camera later. And I'm going to be using the Share What You Love DSP for this, but I'm not going to be using a lot of it. So I've just got a little piece there that measures 3 7/8 by 3.5. That's just a scrap piece I had lying around. And onto that I'm going to pop a couple of photographs of my mum. Taken on holiday in, I think this was in Jersey. Well, I think there were 2 different holidays actually, I'm not sure. That was my dad getting artistic, you know, getting her to sit there and framing her, and he did a good job of that. And then what I'm going to use is another couple of strips that I had left over. This is from the Share What You Love DSP stack, and this is the leafy sort of Tranquil Tide mint macaron. And on this one, this piece, I've just popped a little bit of silver metallic ribbon and a metal pearl, and I'm going to sort of offset that like that onto the edge of the picture. And then I'm just going to put Mam, because where I'm from, we call our mums Mam. And so I'm going to put Mam there. It's not because I haven't got a U, it's because that's who she is. She's our Mam. And then I'm going to do flowers sort of all around here and across the top there. And that's it. Keep it pretty simple. I'm going to be using these shades of Tranquil Tide and Old Olive, but I'm also going to pop in some pink because Mother loved flowers, and so I'm going to be using Tranquil Tide ink. I'm going to be using Rich Raspberry, get a nice purpley pink going on, Old Olive because that matches what's in the paper, and Berry Burst because that's a really bright, vibrant pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as like a leaf. So I'm going to stamp that around first of all. So I'm going to pop that on a block. I'm going to start. I want it sort of in the bottom corner to come across here and to come around there. I could have used something more flourishy, but I decided I wanted to use this set. So I'm going to stamp off and see what happens. I've stamped it into the Tranquil Tide, and now I'm going to just stamp it. I'm not going to do loads of it, but I do want it to sort of just be a bit of a background behind the flowers. So now I'm going to clean that stamp up. It's still okay. And I'm going to do the same but with the Old Olive. And then I'm going to stamp in some flowers. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp in my flowers using a sort of a more neutral colour. So I'm going to take the flower, and I'm going to take the splodge that finishes the flower off. I'm going to take those and that'll go onto that block nicely. And what I want to do is you can see I've been stamping them in pinks and stuff, is I wanted to do them in a neutral colour and then do the splodge in a bright colour. So I'm going to use crumb cake for this, and I'm just going to make sure my stamp's clean because I'm a nuisance for not cleaning them. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, alright, my dog wants to sit on my knee and he can't because I'm busy. And I'm just going to pop those on top in the crumb cake. Now you can't really see them very well, and that's what I want. But it's hard, so you can sort of see better what I'm doing. I'm going to take my rich raspberry and I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm just going to stamp it as many times as I can before it gets too dull. So now we're changing to this tiny little flower here, and we're taking the Berry Best ink, and I'm going to just stamp on, and I'm just going to dot those around. Okay, not right. So now, just to balance all this off, then I'm going to start to stick my pictures on. So first of all, I'm going to use some Tombow, and I'm just going to attach this piece using Tombow. So I think everything I'm using here, I've used so far, is currant. If you wanted to replicate this, I'm just going to pop that there. I'm not making a fuss about where I put it. And I'm going to get these photos of my mum, which I've backed onto some spare cardstock, because it just gives them, I've printed them on a matte paper, and I've just added them to some cardstock just to give them a little bit of depth on the page. And then the other one I'm just going to pop up here. I don't really care about them being the same distance apart or anything like that. If you're sort of a bit more anal like that, then you might want to measure things a bit more than I have. Or you might want to measure things at all. Of course, I haven't measured things at all. So then I'm going to stick these pieces on. So this one with the bow, with the little piece of ribbon, all I've done is just crossed a piece of ribbon over. Now that metallic ribbon is not currant, so that's something from a previous Stampin' Up, but you might have some in your stash, or you can get something similar. I'm not going to put it right on the edge because I trim these pages to fit into a book, so I'm just going to pop that there, and then the other one I'm just going to offset it, and these again are from the same stack. I don't like things being too uniform personally, so I like things like just moving a strip along. And if you wanted to put a strip along the whole page, of course, and you didn't have a strip but you had two, you had one piece that was 6 inches, then you can just cut it in two and you get that same effect without having to cut a whole piece off. And then I'm just going to zoom out a little bit again. And then I'm just going to stick the mam. I'm just going to put it there. And that's just tranquil tide I've used. Just want a little bit of each of those to show. And I've just used large letters in Very Vanilla. You might want to just push that underneath, but that's fine for me. And now I'm just going to put some actual flowers around here. Okay, I was going to dot them around, but I'm not going to do that now because I think they'd look better down here. So what I'm going to do, move this out of the way for a second, is I'm just going to get some Very Vanilla scrap, and I'm just going to choose two of these. I'm going to choose that one and that one. Now I've chosen this one and this one, and one of the reasons I'm using these is because I know that lots of people have them in their stash. They're really popular. Lots of people have refused to part with them, so I'm going to do a few in the Berry Burst and a few in the other colour. I can't remember what the other colour is. Rich Raspberry. I'm going to do different ones in a different colour, so I'll do 5, I guess. And then I'm going to do 5 in the Rich Raspberry. So I've just done a little sort of spattering of flowers there. And I think that is my effort. I'm not going to do anything else with that because I want it to be nice and simple. And I just think it is lovely. These flowers look so cute. Let me just try and bring you in really close. These flowers look really cute. You could put little diamonds in there. Those flowers look beautiful. I don't even think it does it justice on the camera, but honestly, in real person, it's gorgeous. And the whole thing just looks really, really pretty. It looks quite delicate, but quite bold at the same time, which is unusual to be able to get into one project. But I think the colours are very bold, yet the stamping makes it very soft and delicate. And then the addition of the flowers, and then obviously lovely pictures of Mum, they really do make it look gorgeous. And I really love that page. That's probably my favourite one I've ever done. So thanks for watching, and I'm sorry the dogs are just interrupted again. If I was a nasty, horrible dog owner, I'd stick them in the garden and ignore them while I was filming, but I can't do that. Just like my children, I have to have them, let them run free. So I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.